We came down last February to see what it was like in the winter here, and then I went onto the Equity Realty page and I started looking at properties. A few days later, I get this call from this lovely woman with a British accent. Do you have any questions? Do you want to know about the Naples market? How can I help you? And I just fired away with questions to her. And she was patient, and I gained so much information from her that day that really helped me on our search. And I said to her, well, could we meet up in May when I'm back from vacation? Certainly. So we came down in May and went to the first community, and Neil steps out of the car. He says, I will be the one that's showing you the homes today. And he was as amazing as she was. It was just incredible.
We started looking at the lots. We had selected a lot and said, well, let's sleep on it. So we came back the next day on our own and went out to the lot we had selected. And in fact, we were not as happy with our initial choice because of various factors. And here we were a little bit dismayed and disappointed that we picked this lot the day before, weren't as impressed the second day, and out of nowhere he shows up, finds us right where we were on this lot. He came right up and said, well, I'm glad I found you. And we said, well, we're really glad you found us because we've got some concerns about the first lot we picked. And then when we told him what the concerns were, he was, well, that lot's just not going to work for you. Just forget it. Put it in your past. Let's refocus. So we started talking about the lot that we're on right now. He saved the process for us by his expertise, and he actually listened to us and paid attention to what our concerns were and realized that we needed to go in a slightly different direction, which put us on this lot and in this house. We had an initial closing date set up where we would do the walkthrough, and then due to delays and due to my previous work commitments, we really weren't able to come down the week that we needed to do the final walkthrough. And Neil and Vanessa immediately said, don't worry about it, we'll help out. And both Neil and Vanessa were involved in actually taking care of doing that walkthrough and new home demonstration that we weren't able to get to. And that was a huge, huge relief and help to us to know that experienced, qualified realtors were going to walk through your home and make sure that things were done properly and that it was the right home and that we would be happy with it. Some realtors will make very broad general statements, or they'll try to push you a certain direction, or they'll try to tell you things to sell you a house. Well, with Neil and Vanessa, they gave us the facts. They gave us actual published real estate figures for what was happening in Naples, how many resales were there, and what price range, what really is the supply and demand. So they weren't making generalized statements, they were providing us with information that we could use that was real, so we knew exactly what the issues were that we faced. And that's the kind of openness and transparency that you need when you're doing something such as buying a fairly expensive home in a wonderful market. And they gave us the confidence that we knew exactly what we were doing.
We've given their name out to a few friends because, this is who you should be talking to. They're an amazing duo.